We asked the respondents in our sample whether they thought Israeli settlements in the West Bank hurt or helped Israel's security. And we found that nearly 3 times more Jews in Canada believe that the settlements hurt Israel's security than believe help Israel's security. And interestingly, that's about the same proportion as exists in the United States. Usually we hear that Canadian Jews in particular, are so much conservative in their political views than American Jews. It turns out that that's not really the case. Here, we've divided Canadian Jews into 4 categories. First of all, traditional, which in the context of the Canadian community means Orthodox, modern Orthodox, and ultra-Orthodox. Secondly, conservative, which is the conservative movement. The liberal group consists mostly of Reform, but also of Reconstructionist and Humanist Jews. And finally, there are non-denominational Jews. And you'll see that these are divided into different age cohorts, ranging from 18 to 29 to 75 plus. A few things are noteworthy about this graph. First of all, all of the lines on the graph slope downwards. That is to say, younger Canadian Jews are more inclined to think that Israeli settlements hurt Israel's security than older Jews are. Secondly, liberal Jewish denominations are a lot more likely than other denominations to be of that opinion. The zone of greatest growth potential for the progressive Jewish bloc, therefore, consists first of all, of people in the Reform movement and Reconstructionist and Humanist, and secondly, the younger group of conservatives and non-denominational people. The Jews who are critical of Israel's settlement policy are not alienated from the community. More than 7 of 10 of them say that they feel very or somewhat connected to Jewish life. So if anybody has the presumption to tell you that people who are critical of Israel are alienated from Jewish life or want to be removed from it, the opposite is the case. In fact, most critics of Israel in the Jewish community feel very or somewhat connected to the community. We're not alienated. Not only is it true that they feel connected, but people who are critical of Israeli settlement policy in the Canadian Jewish community want to be more connected to Jewish life. 16% plus 41% means that nearly 6 of 10 respondents who say settlements hurt Israel's security are very or somewhat interested in becoming more connected to Jewish life. More than 3 of 10 respondents who say settlements hurt Israel's security have refrained from giving voice to their opinions about Israel over the past year. In other words, many people who are critical of Israel in one way or another feel that they don't have a voice. So I conclude that the Canadian Jewish community has considerable growth potential in terms of its progressive bloc. We say that we are small, that we have no presence in the community, but the plain fact is that the evidence, such as it is, shows quite the contrary. I look forward to observing and participating in your growth in the coming years. Thank you.